close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me that I call my own.
Welcome to today's class. Good day, students. The topic for today is logic gates. In this class, we'll be discussing the very first part of logic gates, which includes the definition of logic gates, the types of logic gates. We're going to be representing all these types in a truth table, and similarly, subsequently, we'll be also identifying them by their show of diagrams. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the class. What is a logic gate? A logic gate is a device that acts as a building block for digital circuits. They perform basic logic functions that are fundamental to digital circuits. What do I mean? I mean that logic gates, they are sets of logic circuits that produces one output from multiple input signals. And they are of two types. You have the standard single logic gates, and you also have the alternative logic gates. These two gates is what brings about the basics about logic gates. Basic types of logic gates, they are 7 in number, and they are grouped into these two. In this class, we will be introducing the very first one, standard single logic gate. That includes 3 of those types of logic gates. You have the very first one, the AND gate. You have the second, the OR gate, and the third, you have the NOT gate. Now, anytime you hear about AND or NOT, you are referring to standard single logic gate. All other logic gates was formed through the relationship they have with this particular standard logic gate. On the other one, that includes the alternative logic gate. What does that one mean? It means that it comprises of 4. I told you initially that there were 7 in number, and this is the fourth, which is NAND gate, the XOR gate, the NOR gate, and the XNOR gate. All this is what makes up the alternative logic gate. Let us take the very first one, AND gate. This gate states that in any given logical expression, the output will be true or high if and only if all inputs are the same, otherwise the output will be low. It means that it will only produce a high output if all inputs are high. When I mean high, I'm referring to 1, and when I mean low, I'm referring to 0. High is also called true, and 0 is also called, and low is also called false. OR gate states that in any given logical expression, the output will be true or high if either of the inputs are high. So it means that when you have just one input, it means that the output will definitely be high. And like I said earlier, you have 1 as high, true as high, 0 as low, and 0 as. Now the NOT gate states that when you have a positive output, it means that the input was negative. If you have a negative output, it means that the input was positive. So it's an opposite of themselves. So, and it's also called an inverter. It's also called an inverter logic gate. Now we have a formula in deriving or bringing out any solving. And it's tagged 2 raised to the power of n. 2 raised to the power of n. That n stands for the number of signals. In this case, you have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 signals. The 1, 2, 3 signals, it means you have 2 raised to the power of 3, and 2 raised to the power of 3 giving you 8. That's why you have 8 in A, 8 expression in A, 8 expression in B, and 8 expression in C. And if you look closely, you find out that ABC says 1, 1, 1. it's giving you 1. Is A dot B dot C giving you 1. What does that mean? From the law that I gave you earlier, I said it only produce high output when all the expressions are high. In this case, you are seeing that all the expressions there are high. That's why you are having the high output. Whereas in the next one that says 1 1 0, the expression is 0. Why? Because there is already a low input. So because there's a low input, then definitely the expression will definitely be low. Take it down, you see it's still the same. 1 0 1 giving you low. So long there is 0 in the input, the output will be 0. And that's what AND gate states. It says that all expressions needs to be 1 if it must produce 1, and all expressions will be 0 if you have at least 1 0. If you have at least 1 0. So take a look at the table closely and study it. Moving forward, you have the OR gate. OR gate states that the expression will be high if either of the inputs are high. The expression will be high if either of the inputs are high. Now, what do I mean? I mean, if you have 1 1 1, if you have 1 1 1, the expression is 1. You have 1 1 0, the expression is still 1. You have 1 0 1, the expression. So long there is an high input, the expression will give you a high output. A high input, the expression gives you a high output. If you take your table, if you look at the table downwards, you find out that we have 0 0 0. That's the reason why you have a low output, and is signified by the sign plus. Signified by the sign plus. So you have 0 0. So it's only when all expressions are 0, that's only when you have a low output. But so long you are seeing an high output, then the expression will definitely come out to be high. So take a look at the table once more. Alright, now let's look at the NOT gate. Now what the NOT gate states, first of all, let me tell you that the NOT gate has a symbol called prime, or also has a bar at the top, either prime or bar. In the class I'll be showing you the bar, but for this I'll be giving you that it's prime. Now what does it really state? It states that when you have positive, the next will be negative. When the expression is positive, will be negative. Now, if there's one peculiar thing about this particular table, you'll notice that I attended to each and every one of the signals, which is ABC, separately. Now, why did I do that? It's because it is NOT gate. A NOT gate, it's a singular gate bringing a singular output, a singular input giving you a singular output. You don't combine signals together when you're talking about your NOT gates. When you combine signals, now you are going higher. It is very possible, but it's not now. That will no longer be a NOT gate. It can either be a NOR gate, which is alternative, which is under alternative. It can be a NAND gate, which is also alternative. It can be an XNOR, as the case may be. All are alternative. I told you that alternative gate came as a result of the combination of relationships between the single logic standard single logic gates. So take a look at the diagram closely and see that it's basically the opposite. All A's, if you notice, it changed when it transformed. For the output, A prime became 00001111. B prime became 00110011. C prime became 01011010, and that's it. So next, if we're now looking at the diagram, so this is for this diagram for each of the gates. The AND, the gate is in this form, the OR, the gate is in this form, and the NOT has a NOT at the end of it. So this signifies the three standard single logic gates on a truth table. They are not the same, they are practically different. And looks like a D shape. The OR has a curve, and the NOT it has a knot, a knot at the end of it. All of this forms the single standard logic gate. So thank you, class, for having the time to watch my video, and I hope that we'll discuss and talk more about it. If there's any question that you need to ask, you can also ask me in the comment section down the Potter Walk right beneath your content page. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.